I haven't plugged up my speaker. What's up, squad? Anybody here? Anybody here? Anybody here? Where am I? I'm like, where am I? What is up, squad? Oh my goodness. I'm laughing at myself. Hey, this is what I get for not planning. This is not planned. This is like, Michelle, come live. Let me say hi to Shaq Bear. This is my Shaq Bear. Like, Michelle, come live. Hey, y'all. Let me see who's in that room. I need to share it. Hold on a second. Let me do that first. Uh-oh, can't find a link. Ebony, hey, Ebony, Dallas Diva. I see y'all strolling in. What's the tea, Brian? What is the tea, Brian? Y'all know the squad was right about Jussie. Y'all know we've been talking about Jussie for 2 weeks. It's like, I'm so tired of talking about Jussie, but what else is there to talk about? What is the tea? What else is there to talk about? Let me share this on Twitter. Hold on. Me and my slow computer with 5011 tabs up. 5011 tabs. So if you haven't been on Straight from the A already, or anywhere else for that matter, or CNN, or Fox News, or CBS, you would know that Jussie is in trouble, y'all. He's in big trouble. They looking for Jussie. Meanwhile, Jussie somewhere interviewing defense attorneys. What's up, Tampa, bruh? Tampa, bruh? Miss Virgo, I see y'all. Sure, I need to start charging for these shout outs. Everybody else begging. I'm gonna start begging too, honey. Okay, so squad is in the building. We know that. I love the squad. First, I'd like to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much. Our last video we did on Jussie, I think I did like 2 or 3 videos on Jussie. First, it was, the brothers. We found the brothers. The brothers been spilling all the tea on Jussie. Now, it's like the police been wanting to talk to Jussie. Jussie won't go to the police station. Exactly, Princess AG. I'm like, run, Jussie, run. I don't know if Jussie need to go to the police station, because once he go in, he might not come back out. I'm starting to feel. First, it was like I was mad and angry at Jussie for starting these lies, but now I'm like, I don't know. I'm feeling bad for Jussie because they subpoenaed his financial records. Woo, so. Actually, the story that the brothers told was that, they got paid $3,500 before they left for Nigeria, and they supposed to get $500 more when they came back. I feel like I said before, that the police are establishing a paper trail. They have pretty much picked Jussie apart. They like confiscated bleach from Jussie's house, confiscated the hat and the mask and the rope and the magazines that was used to cut out the letters and the stamp. Man, I mean, at this point, what more could we do to defend Jussie? To be like, who was involved? We need to start looking at the person who made the phone call. The person who actually reported it to the authorities, Frank Gatson. I wonder if the police have talked to Frank Gatson. We need to start looking at Jussie's manager, who he said he called in Australia, who called him right back, who said he heard the scuffle and he heard the people say MAGA country. We need to hear from him. Like, how many people were involved in this elaborate scheme? We need to talk to Lee Daniels. We need to see, because Lee Daniels was the first person who posted and deleted that picture, that FaceTime image of Jussie with the scratch on his face. We need to hear from Lee. All these people have mysteriously kind of like disappeared. Like, where they go? Where they at? What they doing? Um Jussie's family has hit the net, like Journey and his brother, was it Jacquees, all of them, they didn't hit the net. They blaming the media from running with this story, but every day it's not just the media, it's the authorities. His real name is Justin. Um Man, CPD recently, as recently as today, has hit the internet to say Jussie Smollett is officially classified as a suspect in a criminal investigation by Chicago police for filing a false police report, a class 4 felony. Detectives are currently presenting evidence before a Cook County grand jury. Y'all, what more can we do? What more can Jussie do? I mean, when he go in, he ain't coming out. What's going to happen? Is he going to get booked? Is he going to get booked for telling this lie he didn't tell? What's going to happen? He is officially a suspect. He has moved. He has changed from victim to suspect. In addition, yes, Noir King, thanks for bringing that up. They done dug in Jussie's history and seen that he has lied to the police before. He had used his little brother's name when he was stopped for a DUI in LA, and he was arrested, and he tried to like pass off that he was somebody else. He was on probation for 2 years for that. Jussie, run, Jussie, run. Wait, and then wait. Look. It just gets worse. There's even surveillance footage that has came up today of the brothers apparently making their purchase with funds that they say they got from Jussie. They was in the store buying a red hat and gloves and a mask and the evidence is mounting. Like, everybody's like, we don't trust the police. We don't know what the police doing. I think it's a setup. Maybe they doing this because Jussie spoke out about 45. Maybe. Run, Jussie, run. What's gonna happen? Lee Daniels said that was his son. Lee Daniels said it. We was crying for Lee Daniels. Lee Daniels said, something must be done against the violence against the LGBT community. Where is Lee? Why Lee hasn't said anything? It was a star rap party the other day. Was Lee at the rap party? I don't think Lee was at the rap party. We saw Quincy and all them other the people, Miss Lawrence and all them partying because Star and rap. But where was Lee? Anybody talk to Lee? Somebody need to call up Lee Daniels and ask Lee Daniels what he feels about this. We need a quote. We need something. We need something. Then, just yesterday, y'all know the whole Empire situation. They were saying that scenes were being cut as we spoke because Empire trying to separate themselves from all this drama, even though it's good press. So I don't believe they really separate themselves. They just saying that. But, they were saying that the last few scenes, his musical number been cut. He been cut. Writers are busy rewriting the last few scenes, what they working on. They told him not to come back to the set. Because apparently, the press is probably camping out. It's disrupting normal production of business. So they like, look, Jussie, you got to go. But I want somebody to talk to Lee. Y'all need to camp out in front of Lee house and find out what is going on. We need to know. It is so much. Look. The two dark suspects, they probably got we already talked about. They had the Lyft records, the Uber and Lyft records. They saw exactly where they went, what time they went. It was 2-something in the morning. So the only thing they had to do was look at all the ride share all around the city and see who was going in that vicinity. And boom, there you go. This is like a bad episode of 48 Hours. I told y'all. And now Jussie is in the hot seat. What is Jussie gonna do? What is Jussie gonna do? You say it's not good press, C. Patterson. All press is good press. You know, they say spell my name correctly. It don't matter what you say about me, just say it. That's what everybody says. The worst thing for any celebrity or anybody in the public eye is indifference. You don't want anybody to be indifferent. You don't want anybody to be like, I don't care. I don't care what happens to Jussie. I don't care what happens to Empire. The thing is, all of us are talking about this. Empire is trending. Jussie Smollett is trending. At the end of the day, whoever started this cycle, they are living large now. Like, come on, like everybody is tuned in. We all looking for up to the minute updates every other day. I can't even get a post out good before something else come out. It's like 1 minute the brothers just said something, the next minute Chicago PD that said something, the next minute the news stations just said something, the next minute. It's like we can't keep up. We cannot keep up with Jussie. Now, since authorities have said after they interviewed the brothers that they wanted to talk to Jussie, then the first man they said was his attorney, Michael Monaco, whatever his name was. He, apparently, allegedly, reportedly stepped down because he didn't agree with the statement that Jussie wanted to put out. So Jussie got two other attorneys and they put out that long statement pretty much saying, he's still a victim of a crime. Whoever is saying otherwise is lying. He even, reiterated that one of the brothers was his personal trainer, so he put his own tea out there saying, yes, I know these men. The police department said that he refused to press charges once they told him who was in custody, which is why, when they start singing, they let him go, because he not gonna press charges. He know these people, so clearly he knows something is up. So yeah, what child, I don't know what to do with Jussie. I really don't. Let me see what else is up. We got the surveillance. We got them buying hats. We got it's one thing after the next. One thing after the next. Noir King was like, Jussie is in trouble. Jussie is in trouble. What's up, Jessica Rabbit and Jazzy Bear? He said he ain't gonna do no jail time. Public backlash will be enough. He has garnered so much sympathy. You think? We'll see what happens, especially since they're saying it's a felony. What's gonna happen? You said open the phone line, Sarah. Okay, let me open the phone lines for you guys. I really wanted to talk about something else, but what's up, Sonia? They forgot to throw away. I told y'all they had those little kindergarten scissors. They had some Elmer's glue.
You are currently the only person in this.
Let me put the number in the chat. Hold on. 718-362-6360, and the PIN number is 942-7819. If you wouldn't mind, please share that. Please share that. You said, what? You said free Jussie in 2019? Jussie already free. Jussie trying not to get caught up. Jussie's like, I am not going in for questioning because I might not be let go. I don't know if I would go in either, Jussie. I don't know. Especially if I know I lied. Hey.
I was first one to say you look beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
But I just really came here to ask a question because, I play advocate for Jussie. So, I first of all came to apologize because y'all were right, he was lying. I mean, I'm not going to accuse nobody until proven guilty. I'm not going to accuse somebody ahead of time, and I'm not going to feel bad for supporting him because at the end of the day, I think as Black people in this type of community, when it comes to our situation, we should support our own until they're proven guilty. And that's just how I see it. So I don't feel bad for that's his karma. I don't feel bad for supporting him, but I don't support him anymore, and he's a fucking liar, period.
So what changed your mind?
all this shit that done came out. I mean, really? I mean, now they're saying that now, come on, the brother situation, that's what came on. Now I realize it has something to do with Empire and behind the scenes and has something to do with Jussie on his personal. It has nothing that he's trying to hide. It's nothing that he's embarrassed of. It's something that it's a scandal that he is trying to push on everybody. But we don't know why. I don't know why, unless y'all have a theory. I don't have a theory, but I wanted to call and let you know that I do apologize because you were correct. You were right. But I don't feel bad for not believing him, though, because I have to.
Yeah, I don't.
You know, somebody said this.
Like, even with that, remember, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I was like, he definitely got beat up. And now I'm like, he definitely didn't get beat up. Like especially when he came out and said, you know, I was not hospitalized. My ribs were not broken. I'm the Black Tupac. And then, you know, next thing you know, like, his face was totally clear. There was no marks. There was no nothing. So I'm like, I guess 2 weeks is enough time to clear up.
It's like we have to believe him, though, because like you said, he got beat up, he got hurt. I mean, if you wouldn't have a heart, you just like be lying. Like, I'm not gonna go to somebody and tell me they got raped or something and be like, you're lying.
Right.
But like, unless there's substantial evidence, that says so. I mean, I just don't understand why people didn't believe him at first. And I'm trying to say, whoa. So I'm like, why did they believe him at first? But and now I see. I mean, I'm done after the brother thing. Once the brother's got involved, I realize it is a scandal. I don't know what it is, but it's a scandal.
It's a scandal.
It's a scandal behind scenes.
I agree.
What do you think it is?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't think he's involved alone. Like, it's too many moving parts. It's too many people who claim to have intimate knowledge of the situation. You know, the person who called the police, the person who was on the phone with him when it happened, the first person he called, i.e. Lee Daniels, the Bruce dude, and the Frank Gatson dude. You know, so, you know, once we hear from them, we got to hear from them. We got to hear them say, you know, it's a lie, or I didn't believe it, or, you know, it was something strange, you know, whatever the case may be. You know, once we hear from them, then they'll be like, oh, okay, maybe it was all Jussie's, you know, he orchestrated the entire thing, the letter, you know, it's a lot. It's a whole lot.
I wonder why people think that Lee Daniels is involved in this. I want to know. I wish they would call in. I really would like to hear their opinion.
Yeah. Well, we'll hear.
I really would. I don't understand it. I mean, and then they brought Taraji P. Henson in here. I don't get that either.
Yeah. Well, of course, you know, you're going to believe your friend or your coworker. You know, you're going to believe what they say, especially since you know this person personally. On the outside looking in, we all look sideways like, you know, it sounds kind of strange. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Our eyes are still, you know.
All that you talking about tonight, Jussie? Are you talking about Monique or anybody else? Or are you saving that?
I plan to talk about Mary J. Blige and her African prince. I plan to talk about Chili and, you know, her calling Usher her soulmate, and I plan to talk about Kenya Moore. Yes. So,
sure.
But we gonna continue on this Jussie for a minute.
All right, man.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome.
I hope you have the rest of your day.
You too. Bye bye. Caller 3754. Hello.
No, it's on YouTube, but she got to call in.
Hello, 3750. Yes, it's you. Yes.
I didn't know it was me. You know what? It's a new phone number. It's not in my head yet. I'm sorry. I'm like, 3754. Oh, that's me.
So who am I speaking with, Miss Me?
This is Freedom Speaks in the chat room.
Hey, Freedom Speaks. Woo!
How you doing? Okay, look, I hope they lock Jussie ass up. I hope they lock him up and throw away the goddamn key. I'm sick of his ass. And to the last caller who said she don't understand why people didn't believe her from the beginning, because the story was bullshit. That's why we didn't believe it. We didn't believe it past the headlines. As soon as we got some details, we was like, Jussie, who the hell you think you talking to? Who do you think you talking to with this 2 a.m. Sub-Zero? You went to get a foot long, all right, dumbass.
I mean,
I hope they lock his ass up, Michelle.
Okay.
I
don't think the 2 a.m. was really the red herring in the situation. I believe the 2 a.m. was just the 2 a.m. Because my thing is, I may go out at 2 a.m. and get something to eat if I'm hungry and I got no food. But it was all the other factors.
It was all the things together. The 2 a.m., the subway, the sub, what was the coldest, almost the coldest day of the year, and you're not broke. There's alternatives to getting food. You could have had Uber Eats. Then there was no surveillance with Chicago with all the damn cameras. I'm thinking, okay, well, let me see if this is surveillance. Then there wasn't no surveillance. And I'm like, Jussie, you are a goddamn liar. You're a liar. And I think he's not really connected to black people like that with his biracial ass. Because had he really been connected, he wouldn't have told such a lie. He wouldn't have included no damn lynching in his damn lie. That's because he don't give a fuck about lynching and our history and nothing else. He's a goddamn piece of shit.
Woo! Okay. Well, I feel like your sentiment, it might...
If some real black people, some full black people would have put together some bullshit to do, we wouldn't have included no damn lynching in the story. Because that shit is just too hurtful and too personal and too evil and ugly for us to be playing with.
But he had to include a rope because he drew a picture of the rope. Because remember they said that the reason why he went through with this plot.
Back to the beginning.
Right.
Real black people ain't playing with that kind of shit. We just not playing. We do our bullshit now. We will pull some bullshit. Mm-hmm. But we're not playing with that lynching and all that. We're not doing that.
Mm. Everybody was like, he had a noose in his music video too. You right.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? We don't do that. Ain't no black people putting no nooses in their damn videos and shit. We don't play them kind of games. They even say when actors have to play roles where they have to have nooses and shit around their neck, they have to have psychologists and psychiatrists on set and shit to debrief their asses. We don't play with that kind of shit. Yeah. But it's funny to him with his biracial ass. Fuck Jussie now and forever. You hear me? I hope they lock the black side and the white side. Lock his ass up.
All right.
His ass and this foolishness.
Woo.
And good night, Michelle. We love you.
Good night. I appreciate your call. Woo! They gonna want to lock his ass up. Y'all think Jussie need to be locked? Y'all think he gonna get locked up? What's gonna happen? Is he gonna run? What's gonna happen? $35.99. You on the line?
Hello.
Hi. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, this is Cartier White.
Hi, Cartier White. How are you?
I'm good, Michelle. Oh, that last caller. Oh, my God. She took the words out of my mouth.
Oh, you feel the same? You feel the same?
Well, I don't want to go that harsh. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I do agree. The part that I do agree with her is black people don't play games like that. With that new scrap, we don't find that to be funny.
We not gonna play games with the police, period. we not gonna play games with the police at all. Like who does that? Like I'm just confused.
No, not with that news. She got a point on that. But what I will say, far as okay, he made a mistake. Jussie has made a huge mistake, mm-hmm. And I don't want them to hurt him, and I hope it doesn't come down to that. I'm glad he got a lawyer so they can bring him in peacefully or whatever, because I don't want it to get ugly. You know what I'm saying? Because they have been patient with Jussie and asking him to come in for several days now and sit down so they can work something out with him, but he's not doing it.
What makes you call it a mistake?
He effed up. He made a mistake. It's a big one. It's an illegal one. But he messed up. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to see him, just destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, I do want to make sure, I want the police to make sure the Nigerian guys are telling the truth. Mm-hmm. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. You see what I'm saying? Because they're pointing all of this on Jussie, trying to say they had nothing to do with the letter. Okay, but why did they find the magazine, which the letters were cut out at your apartment? You see what I'm saying? At the Nigerian's apartment. So I just want to make sure that the Nigerians of what they're going off of, that it is the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And to me, I have heard that they have not been granted immunity yet, the Africans, the Nigerians. I know they're from the United States, but the bloodline.
Yeah, they said they were born in Chicago. They said, they released a
Right.
statement and said they are not, pro-Trump. They are not anti-LGBTQ, and that, they were born in Chicago and, they are American citizens. That's really all they said, but okay.
Yeah, so I understand that they're American citizens, was born here, but that bloodline is from Nigeria. And the thing about it is that we got to make sure that they are telling the truth, because they are throwing this whole thing on Jussie. You know what I'm saying? And to me, since they have not been granted immunity, and I don't believe they should be, even if they were the first ones at the round table to tell, they did the right thing by telling, and Jussie should have told it first, because he could have gotten a better deal to work with the police. This him, not wanting to come forth now, and it's making him look worse. It's making the situation worse. So he needs to tell the truth and see what can be done, whatever the truth is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So, I do believe it's unfortunate. It's looking like it's a scam, or it's not the truth. It's a lie, straight up lie. It's looking like that. But we want to make sure that those Nigerians are telling the truth, because they have, that scam stuff, and us with Americans with that scam stuff from Nigeria is just.
But what would they have gotten out of this? If Jussie was going to be the face of the scam, what would they have gotten out of it?
Well, who's to say if Jussie was going to be,
I mean, he was already the face of it. He done went on Good Morning America. He done spoke on stage. He done dubbed himself the gay Tupac. He was the face of this whole thing. So if there was a mastermind, he was clearly the one who was, playing it all out for the world to see. So who else would you, even if they
would they get out of it by blackmailing him and making him not trying to now turn state's evidence on him? Is that what you're saying?
You think it was black? I don't know. That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody gonna blackmail you to go on Good Morning America and say, I did this. And to cry and say, it was a race crime. And to cry and...
I mean, why would they even if Jussie did come to them with this lie?
Money. Did you see their house? Did you see where they live?
Participate in it the way they have participated.
But did you see where they lived? It's not like they were rich. $3,500 was probably a lot of money to them. A lot of people would do things for cash. And if they didn't think that it was going to go as far as it did, like imagine there are so many unsolved crimes in Chicago and elsewhere. I'm sure they didn't think that the police was going to dive right into this situation. Jussie himself even said on Good Morning America, my friend said they'll probably never find the people who did this. So he was banking on the fact that they weren't going to look. That's my perspective. But
they always banking on that fact. You understand?
Yeah.
They always banking on that fact until we, the people, demand it. That they try to find out what happened with that situation. We put pressure. We didn't know it was a damn scam. We probably wouldn't have been pushing for it as much as we have.
Right.
A lot of people believed in Jussie, so it made, so it was a lot going on. But I do believe, that Jussie, is involved, and they all involved. But I want to make sure we need to make sure when it goes down, I guess when it goes to trial or court or however it plays out, that everybody is truthful.
That everybody is held accountable for their part in it. Yeah, I agree with that. Well, thank you so much.
I don't think they should be let off, the brothers. They haven't been yet, granted immunity. But, I don't think they should. Whatever they part was in it, they need to be hauled. Really, to be honest with you, I really don't think any of them need to go to jail. They need to haul them behind straight off to the crazy home. But something has really, mentally, has to be wrong. Who does?
I mean, people have lied about a whole lot worse. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. But thank you so much for your input. You gave some good insight. I appreciate you.
Oh, yes. We appreciate you too, Michelle.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right.
Caller 8059. Hello.
Yes. Hey, Michelle, you look so beautiful as always, girl. You always slay the look.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right, fake New York. What you gonna troll about today, fake New York?
I don't know. I just wanted to call in and just say I was right yet again. Jussie is an example of a messy queen. Okay, he just wants the attention all on him. And see, that is one reason why, people were dragging me about the girl who got raped in the club and saying that, oh no, why would she do this for attention? And people don't do this type of things for attention. And I'm like, you know what? Wait one motherfucking second, okay? Queens lie. Jussie is a lying queen, okay? And I just wanted to say I was right again. I knew it. I'm always right. And I just want to mention that I will not engage in the EBT welfare tactics that Noir King is engaging in the comments. I will not be responding to her.
What Noir King did to you? What he do to you?
And,
what did Noir King do to you?
He was a messy queen, and I don't really do her. Okay, so I just wanted to let that be known. Because he's another attention whore. He just wants to be seen, and it's just a lot of buffoonery going on in today's time. I'm very skeptical about the things that people say because I'm just speechless.
Okay. All right.
Speechless. I'm like, nothing is coming out of my mouth. I might as well put something in it.
All right.
Does anybody want to donate their husband tonight?
All right, New York. Bye-bye. I appreciate all of the people who call in, especially the trolls. Caller 2227. You are on the line.
Hello?
Hi.
Michelle?
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm wonderful. Who am I speaking with? Yes.
Michelle.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. Who am I speaking with?
Cassandra Shaw.
Hi, Cassandra Shaw.
Hey, how you doing? I'm so happy I could talk to you.
Oh, I'm so happy you could too. So what you think about Jussie? You think Jussie need to run? What you think, Jussie?
Okay, I'm looking at this right here, okay?
Okay.
Remember last month we were talking about the girl got raped in the nightclubs and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody talking about her, okay? Then with the LBT, something happened to them. Everybody on their side. I mean, everybody was on their side. They was believing Justin and everything. And I'm like, why? Why y'all didn't believe her? But y'all gonna believe Justin and run with it. And now everything came out with the lady. She really did get raped and everything and stuff like that. And then we find out Justin, he just straight up that lie. Going on, he picked up him.
Right.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And I really, really want them to. I'm sorry. I really want him to do something to him because something is going to have to stop for us.
So what do you think should be his punishment?
Me, I think he should spend a little time and let them know, hey, we can't be playing with this. Look who we got in the house.
How much time is a little time? A month?
I would say at least 5 years.
5 years? That's a little time?
Yeah.
Woo, that's a lot of time.
Just do 5 years. You know what? LBT is going to get them out anyway.
Well, we'll see what happens. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay.
Because, I went to Chicago a year ago, and I was riding our countries and everything and stuff like that. Them people ain't thinking about doing nothing with what they did down there in Chicago. They're just trying to make a living and stuff. And that's really when I heard that when you was talking about that, I already know that was a lie right there.
Wow.
I just waiting for you to come on with all the facts.
Well, all right. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad. Look, we've been on it. The squad been on it. We've been looking at Jussie sideways from the beginning. Everybody was mad. Everybody was in their feelings. Like, how dare you question him But still, you know, it had all the triggers, and now here we go. We looking like now we see why it had all the triggers. But thank you so much for your call.
Yes. Thank you. You have a wonderful night, okay?
All right, you too. Bye-bye. Caller 9601, you are on the line.
It was a cold, dark Chicago night, 2 o'clock in the morning. And Smollett was craving a long, meaty piece of sandwich. And when on his way there, he got stopped by 2 Nigerians named Timon and Pumbaa and wrapped his rope around him. And thus here we are.
And then what? And then he fought back.
Then he lied and told fallacies and follicles and
then
fables and fictions.
He did a roundhouse kick.
With redemption.
And he fought back. And then he got a scratch on his eye because they were doing this.
And failed miserably.
Then he went home and ate his sandwich.
ate that meaty footlong that he was craving.
Well.
Anonymously.
I mean, that's what had happened.
Anonymously.
You so funny. Your channel is hilarious, by the way. I like to go ahead and say shout out to squad member Juno. Y'all go follow Juno and go look on his videos. He be recapping all the beefs and stuff.
Really, Michelle want to say I'm her gunner. She don't want to put me out there though.
You my gunner?
I got you though. Nah.
You know people think I be paying people.
You say what?
People be thinking I be paying people to be on my side as if, you know, that's the only way people can be on my side. So.
Yeah, you do pay me. You pay me a YouTube penny.
Well, don't forget to cash that check because tomorrow is the 22nd, honey. We get paid. We get our big Google check on the 22nd. I mean, this week sometimes. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You say what?
You know, the 22nd. No, that's when I'm.
Say, no. Let's get back to the topic. We gotta get back to the topic.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Nah, but you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, Jussie, you need to go ahead and call me so I can get him hooked up. You know what I mean? We need to go ahead and get him out of America. You know what I mean? Get him a couple tickets to Canada. You know what I mean? Learn their ways and shit. Raise a couple of deer. You know what I mean? Deer babies and shit. Have Bambi strolling in his forest and shit. He needs to start a new life in Canada somewhere. You know, just get away from America.
Well, I'm sure he and his attorneys are negotiating right now. Like, I heard that he was interviewing Mark Garagos, who represented, Michael Jackson and some more other people, Chris Brown and some other people. But
he need to call Annalise Keaton. He need to call Annalise.
She doesn't exist in real life. She does not exist in real life. So. I gotta let you go. We got people on this line. I had some more things to talk about. Let me get these Jussie Smolletts off the line first before I go into
because you was talking about some other stuff. What was that? Goddamn, you talking?
I'm about to talk about it. Let me get the Jussie Smollett people off the way first.
All right.
Bye. 8359, you are on the line.
Hey, Michelle, what's going on?
Hey, Noir, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. You got some clapbacks?
No, I have absolutely no clapbacks.
Okay.
That person. You know, all I was going to say is when they go low, we go high, and I'm up in the clouds, so we just move on past that.
All right.
What else I got to say? So what I'm going to say, I meant to bring this up, but somebody else sparked this memory from the other day. Do you think, remember when the police said that they were going to do further investigation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that since the brothers told them that they did like a rehearsal, do you think that they're maybe checking the cameras to see if they can maybe catch that footage too as evidence in court too?
Probably. I mean, I think they're, if you follow the investigator, what is his name? Anthony Guglielmi. I can't even pronounce his name. But he's basically been saying, they want to talk to the person who reported the incident, that they, they have subpoenaed financial records. So there's a lot of things that's going on that we don't even know, that I'm getting also from the Chicago news people who are saying they have, internal sources. But even with that, it's like they got to put all these pieces together, and for them to officially name Jussie a suspect, they got some things that we don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? So they have executed subpoenas.
Feel like with this new video that they have surfaced up now, I kind of feel like they're now going back, putting those little pieces together and getting these different camera angles, and like I feel like if they capture that, then it's gonna be like the whole premeditated and conspiracy and all that shit thrown in there, and it's just gonna make it even worse.
Yep, and so especially
like they really like covering all these tracks for this.
And with the letter, remember the FBI was supposed to be investigating the letter because that's a federal crime since he used the mail to do it. With that being involved, that's a whole nother can of paint. They found the magazine already and all of that stuff, and so they're tying, the actual crime together, the CPD, and then the FBI is tying the situation with the letter. Like, what's next? Like, Jussie need to go ahead and just fess up and call it a day. I don't know. I keep trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
It would be better for him just to go ahead and just call it a day, man. Just, if he know he did, I kind of feel like it would be just better off when he just come and just go ahead and just make some type of mental disorder claim and then just come forward and just go in, man. Because I feel like the more he stays quiet and the more he tries to pretend that he's innocent, it's going to hurt him even more.
But what type of mental disorder? Like, all of this was plotted and planned and premeditated. So
I know, but I kind of thought, wasn't it like a few weeks ago? Did his mom put out something saying? I feel like his mom or somebody in his family was trying to claim that he had some type of mental disorder. I forget. I don't know if they said it was like a multiple personality disorder or something. But I don't know if maybe they were kind of putting it out, kind of trying to fish it to try to make it seem as if that may have been a spark and all this. I mean, when you put something out like that, then they got to consider that.
Right.
As far as like a mental issue. I mean, it's not a bad defense, but I'm just saying, like, that's the only way I can see him possibly getting out of it or getting right out of it, celebrity or not. I kind of feel like this is too big for people just to sweep under the rug,
right?
And just to slap on the wrist. So it's going to be either very drastic, or it's going to either be just it's a situation dealing with mentality, and we got to handle it that way.
Right.
So I don't know how it's going to go, but it's just kind of interesting how it's going to play out.
It's very interesting. That's why everybody got their eyes like just glued to all the social media to see what's next. And while that could be entertaining, it's sometimes a bad thing because all this popcorn news and then it changes immediately. Like, remember a neighbor said they saw Jussie in the elevator with the guys, and then the CPD came out like, we looked at videos and that's not true. So things can change automatically, so we don't know what's going to happen. I don't know.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll let you get the other calls. Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you, Noir. Bye.
All right, bye.
Y'all got a lot to say about this one. Okay, 7657. Hey.
Hey, Michelle. This is Cedric calling from Memphis, Tennessee.
Hey, Cedric in Memphis. How are you?
I'm doing good. Hey, listen, I was calling because I wanted people to kind of really pay attention to people saying that people are not this story is going to cause people not believe victims. I just want to say people will believe victims. But when you're making up stupid stories that don't make sense, I mean, people are not that dumb. We can find out the truth in a second. It doesn't take a rocket science to find out when people are lying. So
right.
I just want people to know that when real victims are, a victim of a crime, people will believe them. And I just want people to just know that they will be believed. But this Jussie Smollett thing is not going to affect anything. People will believe them.
Okay. I hope so. Because again, to piggyback off that, we did have that other incident where we were talking about the girl who got raped in the middle of the opera, and everybody's like, oh, the story is just so strange. She didn't have on drawers. She went to a twerk contest. She did all this. She did all that no one believed her, when in essence, it's like once all the facts came forward, he had done the same thing to someone else. So there are instances where people, because the facts are so crazy, we look at it sideways. Right. And so that, I feel like that's what happened to Jussie. But as things started to come out, more things started to come out. It was like, oh, okay, well, nothing is adding up. Absolutely nothing. And that's where, it went wrong. So I appreciate
right, but the good thing about the times that we're living in that is we have social media and we're able to get to the bottom of things. I mean, we got all kinds of fake detectives. We can
You got
we
that
can get
right.
to the truth a lot quicker.
You right.
We can get to the truth a lot quicker. This is not 1954. I mean, think about what happened in the movie Rosewood. I mean, they burned down a whole town because one white lady said that a black man raped her. They burned down the whole town. I don't know if people remember that movie Rosewood.
Mm-hmm.
But we live in a better time. I just want to give people just a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. He tricked us, he got us, but I mean, I don't want people to feel bad, like, oh God, how could I have been this stupid? You're not stupid. I mean, we all of us don't have 20/20 vision, but we can use logic.
Right.
And when you think about it, just think about what makes more sense than not. And all of us, let's just give us all some credit here and say we all call it out, gay, straight, black, white. Everybody was saying something don't make sense about this story. Even the LGBT, he thought that the LGBT community was going to be behind him, and it backfired.
I agree. Well, thank you so much for your input, and hopefully, people will, continue to pay attention to victims, and this won't be a cause. But it is, an interesting, cry wolf scenario that we looking at. Like, wow, if this can go as far as it went, what's next? So, but thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you, Michelle.
Bye. Okay. Caller 7513, you are on the line.
Michelle.
Yes, ma'am.
Michelle, have you felt that hawk in Chicago ever?
Yes, I have.
You know how cold that hawk is?
Yes, I have. And it was like March or April when I went, and it was cold as hell. I went to like the last Oprah show.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something, Michelle. The night that he was out, Chicago didn't have no crime that night because them people don't be on the street when it's that damn cold, and I know how that shit feels.
Yes. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess that's why all the Chicagoans will automatically, debunking his story. Like, nah, he didn't walk to no subway. Like, so.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no. I got a feeling somebody at the police department don't like his ass because they jumped on that story hard.
You think it's the police department? You think? I don't know.
Somebody up in there may not like him. You never know.
But see, because it was
so much time in Chicago, why did they pick that?
Because it was so political. Think about it. He put too many factors in there. You got the black factor, the LGBTQ factor, and the Donald Trump factor. So yeah, it's of course. They wanted to debunk it. They had all those people, all those MAGA people on Twitter saying fry his ass. There's no such thing as a MAGA hoax. So yeah, they had too many people rallying for it. So I feel like it had a lot to do with public outcry more than anything. So.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think Lee Daniels had anything to do with it? I personally don't think so.
I don't know. I just think
he got too much shit going on. I don't even think he's concerned with stuff like that. I really don't.
Well, he is concerned. He was the first person to post a picture of Jussie, the FaceTime picture with the scratch on his eye, and then he immediately deleted it. So. For me, from a celebrity factor, you thought about that. Like, I'm going to put this up just long enough for the blogs to take it, and then I'm going to delete it. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much what he did. So, yeah, I don't know that.
So do you think,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Do you think they're trying to take a different stance now? Do you think they're going to keep him on Empire? What do you think they're going to do?
I don't know. Empire say they still stand behind him. That was the last thing I saw of Empire. But, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, Michelle, I just want to holler in for a minute.
All right, well, thank you. I'm going to take these last 3 calls, and then I'm going to go into my other subjects. Caller 2227, you are on the line.
Hey, what up, Michelle?
Hi, who am I speaking with?
Hey, this is T, calling from Florida.
Hey, T, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How about you?
I'm wonderful. So what you think of this situation?
That's good. Well, you know what? Like, I agree with some of the other callers that called in before, about, Jussie just lying, you know what I mean? Like, bro was lying from the beginning, you know what I mean? And more specifically, the last dude that called before for the lady who was on the other phone call, I do believe that, people have an inherent ability to believe when people are lying. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I do agree that, if there are real victims, in the future who are victims of sex crimes or, any other type of crimes, like, they will be believed. You know what I mean? It's just like when certain things don't add up, you can't get mad when people don't believe. You know what I mean? So that's all I want to say about that. You know what I mean?
Well, I agree. I mean, I'm hopeful, that again, like I said in my last video, if anything, I feel like the Jussie Smollett situation, the hoax situation, considering all the evidence, if it's a hoax, that it brought everybody together instead of, tearing everybody apart. Because there was so many people that just didn't believe it. Even the racists, the MAGA people, the LGBTQ, like the black people, like everybody collectively was looking at this story like, this don't sound right. This just a bunch of bull crap. Exactly. So if anything, we are on one accord when it comes to that. So if something good can be brought out of it, maybe that's it.
And I want to say one other thing. Somebody had said something about, like, when I think it was like, when they go high, we go low.
But that's right, bitch. If you go high, I'm going lower. You EBT collecting motherfucker. I ain't done with your fucking ass whore. This is quick.
Why does she always do that? Like, this person really has a talent. Fake New York, you really have a talent. First you could be the fake New York, then you could be a dude, then you could be, like, you have a talent. What's your YouTube name? We need to find your YouTube channel to see what all these different voices you be having, girl. Call it 9555.
Hello, Michelle. This is Denise.
Hello, how are you? How are you?
I'm fine, you?
I'm wonderful. What do you think about this Jussie Smollett situation?
You know what, Michelle? I gave him the benefit of the doubt because I really felt bad for the whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I really believed him. And then as every day, the next just started to, like, unfold,
Mm-hmm.
and, like, unravel. And in my mind, I guess I'm sane. Because I'm like, why would he do that?
Right.
For what reason? What was the purpose?
For attention, for notoriety. Like, that's the only thing I could think of. For attention. And he got it.
What just really made me look at him crazy when he called himself the gay Tupac. And I was like, okay.
He doing too much. He doing too much. That's what was in my head. Mm-hmm.
Way too much.
Mm-hmm.
But I do believe that there are more people involved than just those guys. And see, everybody's calling them Nigerians.
Mm-hmm.
They were born here.
Right.
They're from Chicago.
Right.
And
they probably hadn't been back in Nigeria in a while, and Jussie probably bought the ticket. Or they probably bought the ticket with the $3,500 that Jussie gave them. Like, there's some kind of connection there. That we don't know, that'll maybe come out later. But yeah, I get it. We calling them Nigerians, but
I do believe that there's somebody else involved also. There is somebody thought of this plan, but they didn't want to execute. They didn't want to get so involved that they would get caught up. And I think that Jussie, he's from California, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't know where he's from. Where is Jussie from?
And he's just not a very good liar. But I think he was born and raised in California. And he's just not a very good liar. And I don't think he just really come up with this plan by himself.
You don't think he's a very good liar? That Good Morning America interview?
No.
You don't think he should have won an Emmy, an Oscar, whatever for that portrayal that he did on Good Morning America where he was crying? When he said the reason he went at 2 o'clock was because he's hungry?
He's an actor first.
Mm-hmm.
He's an actor first, but I don't think he's a good liar.
Oops. Breaking news.
Out
breaking news.
Cameras was on the street.
I got breaking news. Hold on, caller. I got breaking news. Look, TMZ just sent breaking news. Jussie Smollett has just been indicted for a felony, filing a false police report. A Cook County grand jury handed down the indictment today after jurors heard the testimonies and evaluated all the evidence. We're told that Ola and Abel, the two brothers, told the grand jury they staged the so-called attack at Jussie's behest and even got paid for it. The brothers were caught on camera buying a bunch of supplies before the incident, including ski masks, bandanas, sunglasses, and red hats. Although police initially called Jussie a victim, multiple law enforcement sources told us that police have real doubts about Jussie's story early on. They found it weird that he kept the rope around his neck for 42 minutes after the attack and were suspicious when he took them to the scene and immediately pointed to a camera, which he said captured the incident. Turns out the camera was pointing in the wrong direction. As for the hate mail sent to Jussie at Fox Studios, sources say FBI questioned Ola and Abel and are checking to see if the postal stamp on the letter matches stamps police seized at the brothers' home, or if ripped out magazine pages found at their house matched the cutout letters used in the racist and homophobic attack. We know the brothers told police they had nothing to do with the letter, only saw it in a photo on Jussie's phone. So they're still working on the letter, but they have an indictment against Jussie for filing a false police report.
Yes. I knew that he was gonna be found. I mean, he's already guilty in my eyes. But I just feel like it's somebody else involved too. I feel like somebody else is involved, and soon Jussie is gonna spill the tea. He's gonna tell it.
He gonna have to tell it to save his own ass. We gonna see what happens. Like, he gonna have to tell on his boss.
His ass ain't gonna be saved.
Look, if his boss is involved, imagine.
His ass ain't gonna be saved.
Woo, child.
His ass ain't gonna be saved, Michelle.
This gonna be a mess. A whole mess.
And I don't feel like the other caller, he shouldn't get no damn 5 years.
How much? What do you think?
I think he should get at least 90 days.
90 days. Okay. I thought in the charges he could face up to 1 to 3 years if found guilty.
Yes, ma'am. I read that also.
If found guilty. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I just feel I don't feel any kind of way because I would still believe people, but with him, that story just kept unfolding, Michelle. That thing was untucked so damn fast. And then when I saw the video of the men in there with that rope, and they buying the rope, I'm like,
yes, buying the rope and the hat and everything else.
Prison. He ain't going to jail. Everybody keeps saying he going to jail. He going to prison. They gonna make a damn example out of him.
We'll see. Well, thank you so much, caller. Let me take these last few calls before I switch it up. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Caller 8332, you are on the line.
Hey, I just wanted to say that this stuff is a huge mess. I've been following it from the beginning to where it is now, from the he was beat up in the street to him, coming out saying it was blaming it on MAGA hats, and now they found the Nigerian young men, and now they've found, they've been shopping, and it's been developed to the point now where I don't even know if, I'm concerned about what he's doing right now. Because, they are dragging him all over the internet. He clearly did this for attention, and I'm kind of wondering, as in every moment, just like the young lady you was just talking to, you had to interrupt her to get breaking news. Everything at every second of his life.
Exactly,
right
every minute.
And I wonder how he is doing right now, because I know that he's probably looking at this like this has gone out of control. And I do agree with other callers, and I do feel like other people are involved. I think that he got caught up in something that just went so totally out of control. I think he embellished too much. He was too cocky on that DNA interview, and it just made it worse. But I mean, everybody's at this point.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I think it went way further than he thought, but now we're here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you get for lying. Like, little lies can turn into big lies, and then you have to lie to cover your other lie, and then you got to lie to cover that lie too. And then you got other people lying on your behalf. So it just got to be bigger than what it is, and no one intends for something to go left, but things go left. So now what?
You're right. And so now with this, he really could be going to jail. And so, I wonder how the folks like the Tarajis and all these folks that ain't came out, how they feeling at this very moment. I mean, at this point, if President Trump get reelected, it's gonna be Jussie Smollett's fault. They got legislation getting passed over this fake story. So I mean,
but you can't really blame anybody for believing a news report of a crime. Now, if when things turn out to be a lie, it's the liar's fault. It's not the people who believe the liar, or is it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your input. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
All right, goodbye. Caller 7513, you are on the line.
Michelle.
Oh, thank you, Mike J. Yes, hey, how are you?
Hey, Michelle, how are you?
I'm wonderful.
That's good. I tell you what, Smollett just single-handedly got Trump reelected.
Oh, God, don't say that.
He just single-handedly.
I don't believe that. I don't. Man, he gonna be America's most hated. I'm sorry.
Check this out. They said I just saw on this news thing where he lied. I don't know if you shared it on your show already, where he lied when he got a DUI back in 2007. They're talking about that now. The police said he lied. They got evidence of that.
And he used his brother's name. Yes, yes. And they found him guilty of lying, and he was on probation for I think a year or 2 years in that situation. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he's gonna. I believe they're gonna go ahead and arrest this guy. I think he's gonna get some time for this because they really blown this thing up, and they're not gonna let it go. And I don't blame them.
Well, he's been indicted, so he didn't talk to an attorney. I mean, didn't talk to police when they wanted him to. So he lawyered up. So now now he's the suspect, and they waiting on him. They probably got an arrest warrant at this point.
I know, but I bet he's somewhere shaking in his thighs, though. I guarantee you that. But I don't know, because if they got T.I. after all them gun charges, you never know nowadays.
T.I. didn't get off on them gun charges. T.I. served, what was it, 3 years in jail? T.I. went to jail for that.
I think T.I. started like 2 years. I thought he was going to get 10. All gun charges.
But he went to prison, though. That's the point. He did serve time. So, will Jussie have to stand time or what?
Yeah. I think he deserved at least 3 years for doing that dumb shit.
3.
You know what I'm saying? And if I was him, I'll go ahead and call out everybody that assisted me. If I go down, everybody going down.
Well, that's what the brother's doing. I do it too. The brother's like, I'm not going to jail for this. Look, $3,500 is not enough for me to spend jail time, and I'm with the brothers.
Well, my thing is, one more thing. My thing is, goddamn, you out there walking around in that cold. Not only that, average people don't be out there walking in that 10 degree below weather, and you are starting out there walking out there like that by yourself in the dark. Come on, who does that? Who does that?
Well, now we know why he did it. He did it, but
especially in Chicago.
It's a mess, child. It is a mess.
Yeah. You going to talk about some more subjects?
Yes, I am. What I'm going to do is start this over. As soon as I take this last call, I'm just going to start the video over, and we're going to start fresh. Because I got a whole bunch of other stuff to
Michelle,
talk about.
let's get it popping. Okay.
All right, bye. Caller 7850. You are the last call on the line.
Hey, Michelle, what's your favorite?
Yes.
From Twitter.
Robert from Twitter. Me and you've been going head to toe, honey. Head to toe every single time something come out.
I have been blowing your DMs up, and I apologize. Because every time I learn something, I was like, let me send this to Michelle. And so I just want to make a few comments. The new state's attorney, her name is Kimberly Fox. She recused herself. So I apologize if I haven't seen the whole video.
Okay.
I'm working on a script with a friend. So I was in Final Draft software typing away, and then I was on Twitter, and then I went on your profile, and I was like, oh, Michelle is live. Let me call in. So I'll watch the replay tonight. But what I want to talk about really quickly is the new state's attorney for Chicago, a Black woman named Kimberly Fox, ended up recusing herself, so the deputy state's attorney is taking over the case. Ooh. And according to the Chicago Tribune, she recused herself because she had a conversation with his cousin or something, and the cousin basically told her that the police weren't taking the incident seriously, and instead of making sure that she, crossed her eyes or crossed her T's and dotted her I's, she went to the Chicago police acting as a go-between and an advocate for him. And I'm like, Jussie really is going to have a whole lot of people stepping on a grenade for no reason. Mm. And it's like, if you're the state's attorney...
No, I'm listening. You hear thunder.
It's thunder. And I'm like, if you're the state's attorney, I don't understand why you wouldn't have your deputy or your deputy's deputy handle that. You know what I mean? Like, this is like Barack Obama getting heavily involved in, like, the Trayvon Martin case. Like, yeah, he said something about it, but he's not on the phone asking the attorneys blow by blow of what happened. And so I don't understand why she would do that, because I don't believe Trump is going to be reelected because of Jussie, but I do believe a lot of people are going to, have to suffer the consequences. And I know you like him, but even your friend Tariq Nasheed is basically, advancing the conspiracy theory that Kamala Harris has something to do with this. You know what I mean? So, like, this is going to blow up in
Why you trying to call me out for my friends? Don't be doing that. I like Tariq, but I don't stand by everything he's saying now. He's so funny.
I wanted to do that for so long, ever since I found out that y'all were cool. Because I'm like, that dude just, like, gets on my last nerve. So anyway, and the last thing I want to say is, like I told you in DM a few days ago, Jussie really, for real, might be going to jail. And I'm trying to have sympathy for him because I have, Gates. What happened?
I'm listening.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like watching YouTube and talking to you too, and then I realized there was like a lag. So I'm like, why are you shushing me? Oh no, my bad. So the last thing I want to say is I have like gay friends and relatives, and they are already coalescing around Jussie, and they're trying to make this about mental health, mental illness. And it's like, no, he lied, and we know he lied because he sent that letter to himself now. I'm pretty sure, and he didn't get the reaction he wanted. If he was smart, he should have just left it alone, because who wants to be known as the victim of a hate crime, right? Like, and now who wants to be known as the victim of a hoax, of a hate crime? And so I don't understand what his end goal was, but you called it when, he was like, he's the gay Tupac and his sister's Olivia Pope. You were like, okay, this is going to get real messy, real
like
fast.
What scandal is his sister preventing? You know what I mean? What scandal is she preventing?
Exactly.
And
so I hate it for him, and I hate it for all of the Democratic politicians who jumped on the bandwagon. And if you notice, I have nothing about this on my Twitter feed, because I knew, even though I called in and I was riding for him the first day, after that first day, I was like, okay, Robert, you're smarter than this. Something isn't sounding right about this, so take a step back. So to all of y'all who are still riding for Jussie, like, identity politics is not the way to go. You can be gay and respect the LGBTQI and realize that Jussie fucked up and he needs to go to jail. And that's all I have to say about that. So
all right.
I'm going back to watch the replay and enjoy the rest of your night.
All right. Thank Thank you, Robert. I'm about to go back on and talk about Kenya and some more stuff, but I'm going to end this one first. So stay tuned if you're around.
Okay, perfect. I'll be in that one then.
Okay. All right. Bye. Well, I'm closing up the phone lines, you guys. Thank you so much to everyone who called. Now, if you are just tuning in, we talked about the whole Jussie Smollett situation, and in the midst of talking about it, the indictment came down. Jussie Smollett has been indicted for a felony, which was filing a false police report, and the stakes of the charges are 3 years in prison. A Cook County grand jury handed down the indictment late this afternoon, after grand jurors heard testimonies and evaluated the evidence. The new situation that popped up today was they got the surveillance footage of the brothers buying a bunch of supplies. They were found buying ski masks, gloves, bandanas, sunglasses, and red hats. So, yeah, there's that. And the police they officially called Jussie. He went from victim to suspect. And the authorities pretty much went online and gave everybody the 411. Like, look, this is what's going on. It's going to the grand jury. And now that they said in the grand jury, he's been indicted. They've been waiting to talk to him. They haven't talked to him. Jussie's lawyered up. So, this is a lot. This is a whole lot. But anyway, I digress. For those of you who want to read the full story, it's on straightfromtheA.com and all that jazz. You can visit the previous videos to see all the things that we have talked about. The squad is pretty smart. Y'all are pretty smart. Y'all done put all these clues together for the past 2 weeks and came up with a similar conclusion. I mean, there still could be some type of conspiracy theory. Everybody keeps saying, keep hope alive, Jussie. Keep hope alive. And some people are like, run, Jussie, run. Don't go into the police. Buy a plane ticket. Go away. Do something. I don't know. But then he'll be a fugitive. He'll be a fugitive from justice. Then we'll never know what happened. But y'all know Lee Daniels got all the money, honey. Jussie could give him a whole new identity. I don't know what I'm talking about right now. But you said there's no hope for Jussie. No, we're going to keep hope alive for Jussie. We're going to keep hope alive. Jussie lie. Ain't nothing worse than a liar. What they say, if you can lie, you can cheat, you can steal, you'll kill. Woo, ain't nothing worse than a liar, Jussie. Ain't nothing worse than a liar. Jussie, you in danger, girl. Y'all so wrong. Y'all are so wrong. But if y'all haven't already, visit straightfromtheA.com. Definitely like this video while you here. I'm going to start over. So if y'all want to hang around, please do. Just re-click the new video. We're going to be talking about Kenya Moore, Mary J. Blige, what's her name? Chili. We're going to be talking about relationship stuff. So for those of you who want to talk about relationship stuff, hang around because I got a lot to say about y'all men, sis. About y'all men's and the things that y'all do to us women's. I'm out. I'll see y'all in the next video.